the host of Super Bowl 50 back in February of 2016. There's a look at the home of the 49ers, Levi's Stadium in Santa Clara. Tonight we've got a great Sunday night matchup between the Arizona Cardinals and the San Francisco 49ers. It's the first weekend of autumn, and the NFL is in full swing as off we go on EA Sports. Now Jamal Agnew from his end zone. And he's only going to make it to the 13-yard line and no further.
Okay, ready? Three. Cheetah.
Lance with a tap forward on the jet sweep. And whoa, he's going to hope that that is not a sign of things to come. A rude welcoming to this ball game. Second and 14. And Lance now to throw. And looking for Kittle, but it's intercepted. Picked off by Byron Murphy. And they will score. It's a pick six for the Cardinals touchdown. Now they'll line up to kick the extra point. He hasn't missed an extra point all season, and he won't miss this one either. And it's 7-0.
49ers nothing.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six. And now the kick is away. From his end zone, here comes Agnew. And I think the ball's out, but this will fortunately wind up out of bounds. They're already trailing here in this first quarter. Last thing they needed was to cough the football. Well, they coughed it up, but luckily for them, it went out of bounds.
Yeah, still a long way to go. But when you're losing, every possession takes on a little bit more importance, doesn't it? And in that case, they almost made this game a lot more difficult for themselves by turning it over. Fortunate there.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Now, early on, you know, Charles, every game could be called a measuring stick game. But I think when it comes within your division like this, it's a measuring stick game with a little extra intrigue.
I would agree with that totally because all division games have a little extra to them. But I like where this game is situated because at this stage of the season, it has that little extra juice, but at the same time, it's not a make or break if this were, let's say, week 15, 16, somewhere in that neighborhood.
And he's going to have a Niners first down as he's able to get this up past the 40. The Niners at 2-0 here to begin the season. They come in feeling pretty good after back-to-back victories, CD.
And I thought that they played pretty well last week. Their execution, their discipline, their resilience, all on display in that victory.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on first down. They'll bring the tight end in motion right here. They run the option here on 1st and 10. Touchdown, 49ers! Well, go ahead and strap in, partner. Less than 2 minutes in, had the score on the one side. A quick answer, though, to get the equalizer.
Sometimes you get that sense of urgency that ratchets up, right? When you give up an early touchdown like that, you just know you're like, okay, how do we go back and equalize things? Can we get it done fast? And they absolutely did. Essentially, we're back to even, aren't we?
Extra point by Patterson, up and good. And we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. They'll send a receiver in motion left. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. Sideline throw. It's complete. And a nice job there of keeping the toes in bounds. This defense for the Niners, very strong last week as they helped their squad improve to 2-0 on the young season.
And one of the key things you always look for when you're evaluating a defense is how opportunistic are they? How many takeaways do they get per game? And how about last week's game? That number, 6. Absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top of their game right from the first snap.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31. It's a give to the right. Ingram. 9 yards to pick up there, and it's a first down.
Now that's the way to do it. Hand it to someone with vision and good footwork, and add a little bit of power, and you find a way to pick up first downs.
First down, Justin Herbert. That's out to the flat for Ingram. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. It'll be an Arizona first down on a gain of 17.
I know this may be jumping the gun a little bit, but 7-7, they're flinging it around like crazy. Look at the drive that's going on here. Partner, we may have to start thinking about one of these defenses just holding someone to a field goal and maybe trying to get an advantage that way.
So from inside Niner territory now, this is 1st and 10 at the 43. Herbert off of play action. Throwing the out route incomplete. It's Bailey. And down to the 20 he'll go before heading out of bounds. Good work after the catch. Going to net him 23 and a first.
Well, this has certainly been a nice drive with the way they've spread the football around. Here, they even get the fullback involved in the passing game. That's got to cause a lot of consternation on the defensive side. You've got to cover him, too. That makes things really difficult.
Herbert operating from the red zone. This is taken in by McBride. And the Cardinals are going to be looking at 1st and goal as they move this down to the 4-yard line.
Just picking up yardage in bunches here these last few plays. They have moved right down the field, and just like that, they're going to be set up with a 1st and goal.
Two big plays in succession. Not sure this D knows what hit him, but now they got to get ready. It's 1st and goal. Now they'll send a tight end in motion left. Ingram will take this one in. It's a Cardinal touchdown. Well, he finishes off the drive with a touchdown run, Charles. Remember, he also had a catch on this drive as well.
And that's what running backs want to be in today's NFL, a complete back. 3 downs, stay on the field, run it, and catch it. And he gets it done.
Point after, right down the middle. And that makes the score 14-7. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. From his end zone, here comes Agnew.
On the double.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. The football changing hands here as this offense takes the field. Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy of the last drive, because I think this offense is ready to break out some new wrinkles and try some new things that might be hidden in their playbook. They want to use that confidence to its advantage, while also keeping the defense from anticipating what's up next.
Throwing on 2nd and 8, Lance. The first catch of the game for George Kittle. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. His first catch, good for 16 and a first. Now a nice throw here right side. He hauls it in. And getting this just shy of midfield. He'll spot it at the 49. Another nice gain. That's now 30 yards between those last 2 plays.
Well, I think when they look at their offense, they think to themselves, weapons everywhere. And they want to move the ball around. They want to spread it to different people. But you absolutely know they want to get this man involved as well. And that's what they just did on that play.
Got a man right side. It's McCaffrey. And he'll be brought down on the other side of midfield at the 43. Now a play fake. Lance. And his throw here's incomplete.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they love to take matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
So 3rd and 2. This quite possibly 4-down territory, though, if they're stopped. Slot man moves right. They'll try and pick it up by running the option to the right. Give him 4 yards as he does it himself, and it's a first down.
1st and 10 at the 38-yard line.
52.
And Lance again going to keep it. The decision to keep it turns out to be a good one. 11 yards in the first down.
Well, he is certainly dangerous when he spots a lane, and he keeps it himself there. Worked out well.
And how about the moving parts on a play like this? You know you have to practice it over and over because it's almost like a ballet that has to be choreographed. But how about once he made the decision to go, he committed to it and went. Let's face it. Most teams are going to defend the running back much more than the quarterback on that type of a play.
Now a throw to the end zone on first down, but it winds up incomplete.
Yeah, their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
So now they'll come up on 2nd and 10, once again from the 28.
Ready?
Up the gut, McCaffrey. Down right around the 25. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
Throw right side is going to be caught by Samuel. And he'll be taken down at about the 22-yard line.
A gain of 3. It's 4th down.
Through one quarter, 14-7 our score. The 49ers with the football here to begin the second quarter. And the first play will be a field goal try. It's a 39-yard attempt, right hash. Patterson's kick is good. And they'll cut the lead back down to 4 now at 14-10.
So they're able to end that drive with 3 points in this one-possession ball game.
And ideally, you want to end every drive with points. Most quarterbacks would tell you, let's end it with a kick, right? A PAT, that's number one. Field goal you'll take. Punts, you really don't want to do that. In this case, they'll take the field goal and get prepared for the rest of the game.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
This drive here beginning probably with a pair of motivated groups. Remember, the offense scored a touchdown on their last time out, looking to repeat that in Charles's defense. They were very frustrated after giving up 6 the last time on the field.
And frankly, it's just a battle of wills in a lot of ways, because you know they're both motivated, they both game plan for this drive, and they both have specific outcomes in mind. To me, it just comes down to who can execute better and which side can step up and assert its will over the other.
Three yards on that last carry. Here's 2nd and 7. Again, they'll run with Ingram. Only a couple there as he'll be brought down about the 28.
And this is why aggressive defensive coordinators love to blitz. It wreaks havoc because they end up taking their attention to the blitzers, freed up the D lineman to make the play.
An extra DB for the 49ers now on 3rd. They'll send a receiver in motion to the left. Here's Herbert.
Got a man. It's McBride complete. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Normally on 3rd down and short yardage, you're thinking of throwing to your tight end. It's just going to be a simple chain mover. But this time they let him roam down the field, and a nice dart picks up the first down and then some.
And the slot man goes in motion left. Herbert on first down now. And that'll be knocked away. It's incomplete.
Perfect example of the kind of attitude you have to play defensive back in the NFL. You want to be the only defender around, and you want them to challenge you. And on that play, he came through.
On 2nd down, Ingram pushing forward for 3 up to the 48.
So 7 yards from the first down here as they come up to the line of scrimmage.
Going to throw on 3rd down with Herbert.
He's got his tight end McBride on the out route.
And he's going to be out of bounds, but not before he takes it inside the 40. 12 yards there as they keep this drive rolling. It's another first down.
That's a play that will likely be forgotten when you talk about big moments in this game. But plays like this are critical to keep drives going. And if points result, we'll call this play significant.
Herbert setting up to throw on first down. Flush to his right. Nothing open downfield, so he'll throw it away.
Nice progress down the field was halted by that incompletion. They could try for some safe yards here to get things moving again, or keep throwing it and pushing it downfield to try and pick up bigger yardage.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. A play fake, and now Herbert to throw. Throwing the out route and complete. It's Bailey. And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. That one a gain of 20 and a first down.
Hold on a second. Was that the fullback? That was the fullback. Who says it? The slot receivers are the only guys who can catch the football and get big yardage after the catch. Really nice job there, showing good hands and an ability to get upfield.
So here's a 1st and 10 now, down inside the 20. They'll send a receiver in motion to the right. This is Ingram on 1st and 10.
Milton Williams there on the tackle.
The run only got a yard. Here's 2nd and 9. Now it's Herbert.
Throw left side, hauled in by McBride.
Touchdown, Cardinals.
Trey McBride.
His 3rd touchdown now on the year. And they are able to add on to their advantage. Extra point attempt to come here. It's good, and it's 21-10.
Makes the score Cardinals 21, 49ers 10. Matthew Wright set to kick off.
The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away.
And not willing to risk another fumble, he'll sit on this one. It's a touchback.
Here we go.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. They'll look to make some inroads here, trailing 21-10 as they come up on a 1st and 10.
Hey, man. 22 needle.
Although a jet sweep to start the drive. Always got some breathing room. Touchdown, 49ers. And we didn't even get a chance to settle in for that drive. A quick strike of 75 yards, and they find the end zone.
Don't you get the sense that film study was behind this one, that they saw something that they thought they could take advantage of? The key is calling it in the right situation, knowing when it exists to go to it. They did exactly that. They've got to feel really good about what they did in advance of this game.
Just looking down at the sideline now, their defense is like, man, can you have strung that out just a few plays? Give us a break. Back out there.
Hey, man, get that water break and get on out there and play.
The 49ers ready to kick it away, and here we go.
From a couple yards deep, he'll bring it out of the end zone. And they'll be backed up to start this drive as he's taken down right around the 15.
Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And right now they're saying, hey, let's keep this going. 2 drives, 2 touchdowns.
Yeah, can't ask for a better start than that, can you? I mean, this is the way you practice it. This is the way you rehearse it. But right now, the play calling, they're locked in really well.
And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. Well, the job becomes twice as difficult now after the sack. It's 2nd and 20. Here's Herbert. He's got Anderson right side. And he'll be out of bounds up past the 10-yard line. So the completion good for 6 yards. And that'll make it 3rd and 13.
Not an easy spot here. They'll be in search of 13 yards to try to pick up the first.
They'll bring a receiver in motion right. Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. The catch made by DeAndre Hopkins. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Time to give some credit to the big fellows, the offensive line here, because you've got to have good protection on crossing routes, because you've got to give your receiver time to work all the way across the field. That time, be able to scan the field, spot his receiver moving left to right, and make a good, accurate throw. Thank you, guys.
1:57 to go in this first half on EA Sports. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Herbert throwing again. He's got his tight end on the corner route. It's complete. And he gets this to the other side of midfield across the 45 before going out. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. Yardage here, back at the 47. That's going to wind up a loss of a full 3 yards on 1st down.
The running lanes have definitely not been there for him here in the first half, and I don't think it's all been his fault. His offensive line hasn't given him much space. A loss results there.
That loss of 3, a rare stumble on a promising drive. Here's 2nd and 13. Ingram again. And look at this for the 2nd straight play. The 49er defense drops him for a loss. The 49ers now going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll head to the sideline and talk over what to do next. Two running plays go backwards. So what's the call on 3rd and 13 now? Back to throw here, Herbert. That's complete to McBride. And he's going to be marked down just inside the 35. On 1st down, it's Herbert. Throw left side complete. That's Anderson. And they're going to work this down to about the 32-yard line.
Oh, it's time to give a little credit there to the defense. They played that very well because it was a drag route, and he ran a little shallower than normal as he worked straight across the field. He was hoping he'd get lost behind the defensive line, but once he made the catch, nowhere to turn upfield and gain any yardage.
Now 2nd and 8 at the 32-yard line. Herbert now. Looking left side, and he's got a man. That's McBride. Touchdown! Trey McBride with his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. And the Cardinals will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Extra point right down the middle. And that pushes the lead up to 11.
Matthew Wright sets to kick off.
The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go.
The Niners take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive. And with time quickly fading here in the 2nd quarter, not sure how aggressively, offensively they want to play this.
I think we'll find out just how much they trust their guys in this situation if they decide to take a shot.
Now San Francisco going to call their second timeout as they stop it with 16 seconds to go in half number 1. And the tight end goes in motion left.
Slide 2. Killer.
On 1st and 10, here's Lance.
And that'll be incomplete with 11 seconds remaining now.
As a defensive back, you have some weapons at your disposal that we don't often talk about. And you can read the receiver's eyes, you can read his hands, and you know that the arrival of the ball is imminent. And that allows you to make a play on it and oftentimes knock it away.
Lance again here on 2nd and 10.
Incomplete, and we're down to 8 seconds now.
Receiver coaches preach to their guys all the time. Separation, that's what's going to make the play successful. That time there was very little, and I think they were actually fortunate that it was only knocked away and not intercepted.
3rd down, here's McCaffrey. And he's not going to get anywhere close to the marker as they'll stop him well short of the yellow line. And with just 1 second remaining in the first half, they'll call the timeout. So with 1 second left in the half, on is the field goal unit. From the left hash, this from 53 yards out.
Patterson's kick is good.
And that will do it for this first half. So we've reached halftime in a wild first half. We'll take a minute to catch our breath as we'll send you back over to Orlando with our EA Sports Halftime Report. Here's Jonathan Coachman. And we welcome you back now. Alongside Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn, getting set for quarter number 3 here. The Cards with a lead, and they will get this football first as the second half gets started. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense.
As this offense takes the field to begin the opening drive of the second half, Charles, remember in that first half, good through the air and really all around an outstanding offensive performance.
Absolutely. They reached the end zone several times. The passing game working awfully well, and most importantly, partner,
and they went into the tunnel with a lead. They come back out with that lead.
Absolutely. NFL coaches, we know they're perfectionists in a lot of ways, but they had to like what they saw in that first half.
A big play there on the catch and run. 62 yards.
Well, partner, I'm not sure how this drive's going to end, but how about the way they flipped field position there? A nice attacking play that picked up a heck of a chunk of yardage.
In motion left here, one of their tight ends. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. Oh, hit as he throws there, incomplete. Something we haven't really seen much of from him, an incomplete pass.
Yeah, last week he finished at 70%. This week he's up over 80%. I don't know how you slow him down. Pass rush is usually the best way because a quarterback on his back usually can't complete a pass.
This is Ingram, and he goes backwards here, losing yardage back to the 16. It's a loss of 4. Now 3rd down.
I think it's pretty evident. We can say what a difference a week makes. Last week, he ran pretty much wild, didn't he? Did pretty much what he wanted to do. But this one, they've stopped him cold. That, to me, that's good scouting and even better execution.
Yeah, and they stopped him behind the line right there. They obviously watched the tape a few times and made some adjustments. Hopkins, the man in motion right. Play action. It's Herbert. And incomplete on the deep ball.
I see the surprise in your face there, partner. That is a rare incompletion from him. He's been on point this entire game.
He has percentage completion-wise way up. Not that time. And his kick is good. And that will extend their lead even further.
Well, they picked up right where they left off in the first half. First drive after the break, they come away with 3 and increase that lead.
Yeah, and you just want to keep building on that lead, don't you? Whether it's 6 points or 3 points, take everything you can get, keep maneuvering, keep adding to it, keep making it difficult.
And all deep in his own territory, he coughs up the football. And the Cardinals have got it, going the other way. And they bring this one back. A fumble recovery touchdown for Arizona. Point after here coming up. And he's been a busy man, 5 for 5 now as he knocks another one through to extend the lead. And you can bet they're preaching 2 hands on the ball here as the kick's away following that fumble return.
This fielded right at the goal line. And he'll go down as this drive will start at the 25-yard line.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway.
I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. And not a whole lot doing there as he'll get it up to about the 28-yard line. He'll get 2 on the keeper, but it becomes now a 3rd down. Not the start to the drive they were looking for. That run doesn't do much at all.
No, not at all, and it leaves them with 3rd and long. And you know, this is the time of game where these drives really, really start to matter. They've got to make some moves.
This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down.
Throwing now is Lance.
And that is incomplete.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Here comes the 49ers punter now. And surprisingly, this is the first punt of the game for either team. And look at this. It's a fake. And this is incomplete. A huge gamble, and it does not pay off. They fake the punt. It doesn't work out. Then the Cardinals will now take over with excellent field position. They'll fake the handoff. Now Herbert. He finds his man, complete. That's Bailey.
And he's going to get this down near the 25.
Herbert off of play action. Trying to force it to Hopkins, and it's intercepted. And the 49ers are going to have the football here at their own 18-yard line. Well, still down quite a bit here, several scores, but yeah, at least that's a start, Charles, getting the interception here. And look, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so this thing not done yet.
You're right about that, Brandon. This defense, they haven't quit on this game. They stayed with it and got an interception and handed the ball back to their offense. And what you wonder about is the team that just threw that interception, they've got to be careful about developing a sense of complacency and thinking this game is over.
And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A really nice gain of 25 yards.
Well, we talk all the time about playing situational football, and right now I think the scoreboard is dictating what they need to do. Where they are in this game, they've got to push the ball downfield, take their shots, try and get big chunks of yardage in a short amount of time. That was a nice play there.
Into a sea of defenders and intercepted.
Buda Baker with a pick.
And the Cards are going to take possession of the football. With the points that we've seen scored, neither defense has been at their best, but these guys, they've been a little bit better, Charles, and a nice interception there.
Yeah, you're right about that, Brandon. Let's face it. It's not always how you start, it's how you finish, right? So maybe you have a rough game all the way along, but if you make a big play like that at the right time, it can make everything turn out just okay.
Give him a couple on the carry there, 2nd and 8.
Now that's the defense that they were looking for, being able to get extra bodies to the point of attack to deal with the big guy carrying the ball. You really don't want to be in a position where it's a one-on-one tackle with him.
Here we go.
Throwing on 2nd and 8. Herbert, he's going to look deep for more. And this is caught inside the 5. Touchdown, Cardinals.
So they're able to capitalize there on the short field, and that might prove to be the score that turns out the lights.
The party's over. Oh, sorry about that. That's an old reference there, folks. But, yeah, they've been the better of the two teams by far, and that's great complimentary football right there. Defense gets the turnover, sets up the short field, and the offense goes right out and scores to open up a pretty sizable lead.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And this return will net positive as he gets past the 25 and up to the 27-yard line.
At their own 27-yard line.
The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Well, we haven't exactly been treated to a nail-biter in this one, CD, and if they cannot score here, this one's pretty much all but over.
Are you saying that you feel like people are starting to think about getting out of here and maybe beating the traffic in order to get home or to their final destination?
Yeah, I don't think there's a whole lot of reason to hang around, especially if they can't score here.
Yeah, you're right about that, because it has been pretty clear who the better team has been in this one. And in a league that we talk about every game being a one-score game as we go into it, watching this blowout, let's just say it's been unusual.
Let's go.
2nd and 10 here as we roll along in quarter number 3 from Santa Clara. Now Lance.
And that's complete to McCaffrey. And he's able to take this one up to the 35-yard line.
They'll come to the line, needing only 2 yards to gain the first here. To throw, it's Lance. That's caught. It's McCaffrey again. And they're going to get this up to midfield.
There's a nice pickup right there, and after watching that play, I'm thinking about all the lost opportunities that they've had so far in this game. But right now, just focus on continuing to move the ball the way they did on the last play.
Ready?
From midfield, here's Lance. Over the middle, and he's got Gray. And he'll be taken down, but not before they work this to the 45.
And cycle.
It's a gain of 5.
Lance looks to throw again.
That's Samuel, caught left side.
And he's going to be taken down just shy of the 35.
I like watching the wide receiver screen because it's a real teamwork play. Because guess what? The guy catching the ball, he'll get all the credit. But how about the people have to block in front of him, either fellow receivers or offensive linemen? That makes that play a really nice timing play, and sometimes it can break big.
Now a throw here to his running back. And able to get this to the 24-yard line. They began the play at the 12. It's also a pickup of 12 for the first down.
On first down, Lance.
Touchdown 49ers.
Ty Davis-Price.
A 24-yard touchdown.
And the Niners are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point by Patterson, up and good.
And that'll cut the lead down to 18.
49ers 27.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Ready to go with their next drive, and at the line, the Cardinal offense. And now you've got the clock winding down here in the third quarter. Your 3 scores to the good. What's your approach on this drive?
Too early to fully commit to playing the clock game. Yet at the same time, you're also not going pell-mell like you would in 2-minute offense. This is what NFL offenses call 4-minute football. Take the clock out of the game a little bit, wind it down, but at the same time, keep advancing the ball down the field.
So they'll come up after the gain of 7 on a 2nd and 3. Now a handoff to Ingram. And he will lose yardage here to the 31-yard line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and that's going to lead to a 3rd and 4 coming up.
An interesting and intriguing decision there defensively because they kept extra DBs on the field despite seeing the multiple tight end look that came out for the offense.
I thought they were going to switch out of it. I didn't know if they felt they didn't have time or what the case was.
Well, in any event, the extra speed allowed for great penetration as they stuffed that one behind the line of scrimmage.
1 quarter remains here on a Sunday night. The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been near perfect. 4 for 5 to this point. This is 3rd and 4. Here's Herbert. Finding more on the out route for the completion. And he'll take this to the other side of midfield before going out of bounds. He had the touchdown earlier. This one's going to get him a 1st down.
Well, normally you might say start running the football. You've got the lead here in the 4th quarter, but the way that they've passed it with such success, I don't know, maybe keep throwing it.
Yeah, I think you brought up something that goes against conventional wisdom, right? In this stage of the game, you would think you would switch to a running attack, but you're exactly right. They've thrown it so well throughout the game, and trusting this quarterback, I think he continued to do.
He's got a man complete. And all the way inside the 15 before they drop him. 36 yards on the play.
Even with the big lead here in the 4th, it still bombs away. And frankly, it's working. Why should they stop? Go ahead and keep firing away and gaining those yards.
So how about this for field position after the big play? Inside the 15 now as they come up on 1st and 10. Herbert operating from the red zone. Flushed out right. And down he goes. Pressure gets him back at the 14. Milton Williams able to run him down for a loss of a yard.
I know there would be a little bit of criticism there because they went right back to the air after the huge pickup and ended up getting sacked. That's often a play that you make. You feel like you've got momentum on your side.
Unfortunately, the O-line failed to hold up to try to keep that momentum going.
And the Cardinals are going to be set up with a 1st and goal. He couldn't quite reach the chalk, but they'll have it at the 1-yard line.
How about this offensive line? They're really starting to establish themselves, take over this game.
And before the series began, I know exactly what was said in the defensive huddle. Guys, we got to get no less than a 3 and out. Let's get on.
And he fights his way in, not giving up. And it's a Cardinal touchdown. It's the fullback. His second rushing touchdown on the year. And the Cardinals are closing in on a third straight victory to start the campaign. The extra point up and good. And they open the lead up now to 25. The Cardinals set now to kick this one away, and off we go. He will return this from deep in the end zone.
The Niners take over first and 10 at their own 19-yard line.
Ready up.
The 49er offense set to get this drive underway. Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat.
43 rail. Hey, move.
And they'll begin by running the option. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. And the Cardinals have got it. Going the other way.
All right, you've had to put up with me in this booth. I'm going to try and be simple this time and succinct. It simply has not been their night.
No, I think that fumble's kind of indicative of how this whole evening's gone, isn't it?
Without a doubt. I mean, they've tried, but nothing has ever really taken throughout the game. That's why they're down so big.
Now Herbert following the turnover. That one thrown away from the pocket. The officials kind of looking at each other, but they'll say there was a receiver in the area, so no penalty, just an incomplete pass. A CD, they're up big, but they're still passing it. I mean, this is an offense that's had a lot of success in this game, and it seems like they're just having fun out there.
And it does feel like there's been a shift out there, doesn't it, partner? Listen, if you're up, you can continue to do what you want to do. It's up to the other team to make you change how you do things. They'll continue to throw it around until stopped.
Going to throw on third down with Herbert. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
Well, their passing attack, even though that one was incomplete, has been really sharp in this one. It's resulted in a lot of touchdowns, and it looks like they're not going to stop throwing the football until the very end of this one.
Well, that will certainly make everyone involved on offense pretty happy because that gives them all a chance to pad their stats a bit. But as far as the actual need, you and I both know they can just run this clock out because this one, it was over a long time ago.
And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. The San Francisco offense ready to start their next drive.
Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Throwing his Lance on third down. Looking for Gray and finding him once again. And he is going to have a Niners first down as they're able to get the third down conversion. Throwing on first down is Lance. That's over the middle and caught by Ayuk. And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. He'll get a dozen there, and it's a first down, 49ers. Hard to believe his first catch of the game defensively. They bottled him up. That's why they're well on their way to victory.
Put your best cover guy on him and then change the coverages behind him throughout the game. Brackets, double, zone, man, you name it. Make sure he gets a lot of angles. Absolutely nobody fooled there. He's going nowhere fast as he stopped behind the line of scrimmage.
Now on 2nd and 13, Lance. That's going to be complete on the sideline, but, that throw left him no room to run, and the good footwork nearly all for naught. Calling a gain of 3 on the play, and that brings up 3rd and a full 10 yards.
Right where this set of downs started, they need a full 10 here to pick up the first down and move the chains. Now Lance going to throw.
And that is incomplete.
That's coverage you'd expect to see in a tie game late. Not in a lopsided game like this. They are not letting up.
Down.
They'll send the tight end in motion left.
Black Ultra. Ready?
Desperation time here. Lance.
And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. The Niners go for it, but it doesn't work out. And that will force a turnover on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen them do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't. They're certainly not letting up on the pressure in this one, and oftentimes you hear this expression, all gas, no break from defenses. But in this case, it's the offense still throwing the football up big in the 4th quarter.
So line of scrimmage still the 39 on 2nd and 10. They'll send a receiver here in motion right. On the counter, Ingram. And that play going absolutely nowhere as he's belted before he could get out of the backfield. This will be a loss of 3, and now a much tougher 3rd down looming.
Sometimes you just sit back and marvel at what he can do defensively. Speed, strength, quickness, he's the whole package. And that package just wrapped up the runner for a loss.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've been very good, 5 for 7 thus far. This is going to be 3rd and 13.
Targeting Moore, and he's got him on the crossing pattern. And he is going to have a Cardinals first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Just 2 minutes remaining here in the 4th quarter of what has been a one-sided affair. They'll send the tight end in motion. On 1st and 10, Herbert. The hook up on the right side to Hopkins.
And he's brought down here just outside of the 20.
The goal of a wide receiver screen is get enough blockers in front to create a wall and let him pick his spot to run the football. How about the defense there, swarming to it and not allowing that to happen? Did not let him get downfield.
They're going to pass here with Herbert. That's caught right side by Anderson.
And they're going to be set up now with the ball at the 13-yard line.
And a good quarterback facing zone coverage. If he has just a little bit of time to survey the scene, that's what's going to happen.
No doubt about it. If there's no pressure, he's going to continue to pick them apart because he'll have all that time to find someone open downfield. You can only cover for so long. So maybe they want to go to a zone blitz scheme, get a little bit more pressure. Remember when Carolina did that against Denver? They lost the game ultimately. They dropped the defensive end out, and he ended up with an interception in that game in Super Bowl 50. Maybe some sort of scheme like that to try and get more pressure at the passer.
And a lot of times these plays, they either go for nothing or they go for big yardage. And here, they got to the outside, turned it upfield, and ended up getting a nice little gain out of it.
From the 6 now on 2nd and 3.
They'll bring a receiver in motion left. They'll go option to the short side. And they'll be driven back here, losing yardage to the 10-yard line. That second down play nets a -4.
Well, that play never really got off the launching pad. He had a linebacker in his face before he had a chance to do much of anything.
Yeah, I think it's big boys up front, that offensive line. They've got to do a little bit better job of protecting him if they're going to continue to run the option like this.
And the Cardinals are going to have 1st and goal as they try to finish off this drive with 6.